actually life-changing. After spending years thinking very fondly of DXM, I decided it was time to try another dissociative. I managed to order MXP and spent several hours finding a sweet spot via the Shogun method of starting very small and increasing dosage. By the time I reached approximately 75 milligrams, I found myself feeling quite nice. My body felt warm and dry and clean. I had expected something like a DXM, but DXM has a much more liquid feel, oozy, whereas MXP felt like cloth. I recall feeling incredibly reckless, acting as strangely as I liked in front of my parents, which provoked them to ask, "What are you on?" as they will. I told them nothing at all and fled to the basement. In the basement, I insuflated, I would say, 25 more milligrams and put on some music. It was music that I never heard before, just something I found on the 420 Chan dissociative discussion, a man playing guitar. I remember the music not only sounded incredible, but felt very good to listen to, nearly orgasmic. In fact, I was moaning out loud, which provoked my dad to come down and investigate. Normally, I would be much more cautious, but I'd like to stress that even at a low dose, the sort of dissociation that MXP provides you with may delete all worry and anxiety to a level that is actually dangerous. By the time my dad came downstairs, I was attempting to sulfate more and raise the dose, but was unable to, as he had removed the door from my bedroom earlier that week and therefore I had no privacy. He called the police, and what followed is a gigantic debacle involving the police, the hospital, and later the mental hospital, but that's all ancient history. During this debacle, however, I remember a growing warmth in my head, around the temples, and a wonderful sense of peace. I told the police officer, "I feel great," and actually tried to discuss the effects with him, which he had no interest in doing. Normally I have severe social anxiety, but I was able to do both this, and later on I recall telling the two nurses how pretty I thought their eyes were, and then comparing and contrasting their two pairs of eyes for them. I should note that even at this low dose, there are spaces which I can't quite remember, or can't remember the order of, but this could be also attributed to DXM use earlier in the week. Also at a certain point, I'm not sure where it falls on the timeline, I completely exploded. Not physically exploded, MXP isn't that dangerous, but emotionally. Yelling and screaming in a way that I'm intensely embarrassed about now, like a spoiled little girl. I would recommend MXP only for an environment void of high suspicions. In low doses, take it with a group of friends who you know are taking a drug. I would personally like to combine it with cannabis to negate the anxiety and embarrassment cannabis usually lays on me. In high doses, because it's a dissociative, I'd recommend taking it in either an absolutely safe place in which you're virtually locked away, alone, or with only one or two friends.